Hi everyone, I'm here today with Rita. And
Hello.
I'm so happy that Rita's here. This is really exciting because Rita is a Saalt Super Fan.
Super fan is definitely the word I would choose as well.
Good, I love it. So we have Rita here today. We're going to talk to Rita about all the things she does with Saalt. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Can you tell me a little bit about what you do in your life?
In my life, well, on a daily basis, I get up, I spend time with my pets, and then I head off to preschool. And then if the afternoon allows, I love to play after all the work is done.
Nice. What are your favorite things to play?
I love winter sports. Skiing is definitely one of my favorite things to do. In the summer, water skiing, paddleboarding, floating the river, kind of all those great things about Boise that it has to offer. So,
How did you find Saalt?
well, Saalt was, I was already pretty interested in sustainable period care. And I actually saw Saalt in the co-op, and so seeing it in the co-op and seeing that it was had that local tag, I feel really strongly about supporting those businesses in the area. So I went ahead and gave Saalt a try, and I'm not turning back.
That's so good. So what were you using before you switched to Saalt? I want to hear kind of a little bit about what life was like before you found Saalt.
Absolutely, I was definitely using traditional tampons, a lot of plastic waste. And even down to period panty liners for any overflow. For an active lifestyle, you don't always have that opportunity to switch out your tampon, or you forget one. And so constantly running into that was a challenge. Bleeding through my pants, always a bummer. So life was definitely a little more rough at that time of the month. Saalt has made it easier for me, not as much of a hassle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to ask you now,
Okay.
What are your favorite Saalt products? Like, what are you using specifically?
I am using the cup, of course, and then I do have quite a few pair of the underwear, and I have loved those so much that I even wear them when I'm not on my period, especially going back to those outdoor adventures. You're peeing in the trees, or you're peeing in the woods, and you don't necessarily have a bathroom or somewhere to rinse. And the beautiful thing about the underwear is they're moisture wicking. So even if you're doing a drip dry situation, you're not sitting in the wetness all day. So that's one of the things I love the most about the underwear, is I really don't feel like it's just isolated to when you're on your period. You can wear them whenever, and they're so comfortable that it really doesn't feel like, I had thought that maybe the period underwear would feel too thick or bordering a diaper, and it is not that way at all. I can hardly tell that I have them on, except for when I do drip dry or something like that. You're wearing them because you're not sitting in the wetness.
Thank goodness.
For many hours a day. And also, that's a health bonus too. So
Yes,
I've been
not having
really
the
happy with them.
moisture. Oh, so good.
Yeah, and you're taking care of yourself, and trying to avoid those awful UTIs or anything like that. So I always feel good about that choice. And I have the briefs. I actually love the high-waisted ones.
Yes.
I wear those a lot to bed, especially because they hold more moisture. So if there's a leak in the middle of the night, I love wearing those, and the high-waisted, it really keeps it in when you're feeling bloated, and they're easier to pull up when you have your ski pants underneath there too. You don't have to really dig for them. And honestly, the thong's been great too. I wear a lot of leggings, and the thong still does wonders. Yeah.
Oh, so good. I'm really happy to hear that. My final question for you today.
Okay, I'm ready.
Is if you could give someone advice who's starting out with reusable period care, what would you tell them right now? Maybe you could say it to the camera.
Yes, well, I would say for someone just starting out with reusable period care, is to not be afraid. Give it a try. A lot of things in life we got to dive in head first, and this is one of them. I think the longer you think about it, the more reasons arise of why an alternative would maybe be simpler or more classic. It's what you know. I would say don't be afraid to try something new. You'll be pleasantly surprised. I certainly was, and I now view my time with tampons and pads as a much larger hassle than I do with the cups and the reusable care. It's honestly made my life easier. Oh. So I would say give it a try.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your advice with
absolutely.
everyone.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So great.
So good.
That's all, folks. Stay tuned for our next episode of Just Add Saalt. Bye!
When you're on the